A business traveler accepts a drink from an attractive stranger in a hotel bar. The next thing he remembers, he is waking up in a hotel bathtub, submerged in ice, with a note telling him to call 911. Organ thieves have successfully harvested his kidney. This urban legend has circulated for decades. It spreads across continents without a marketing budget or a single dollar of professional support. When tested against professional communications, the results are lopsided. A single hearing of the kidney heist is often enough for near-perfect recall a week later. Meanwhile, meticulously drafted corporate strategies often fade from memory before the reader finishes the paragraph. Fabricated stories thrive with no resources, while vital, true information dies on arrival. Stickiness is a function of how the human brain defaults to sharing information. Communication fails because of a psychological trap known as the curse of knowledge. In 1990, a Stanford psychologist ran a game involving tappers and listeners. Tappers were given a list of well-known songs and asked to knock the rhythm on a table. The listeners had to guess the song based only on those taps. Tappers predicted their partners would guess the song correctly 50% of the time. The actual success rate was 1 in 40. When a tapper knocks, they hear a full melody playing in their head. The listener lacks that context. They hear a series of disconnected taps, like a bizarre Morse code. Once you learn a piece of information, you lose the ability to simulate what it feels like to live without it. Your brain cannot unring the bell of its own expertise. This dynamic appears in every boardroom and classroom. CEOs discuss unlocking shareholder value, and teachers lecture on mitosis. They hear the music of decades of experience, while their audience hears only the tapping. Because expertise traps us, we must actively reverse engineer our messages to be understood. Every move an Army soldier makes can be traced back to a chain of planning that begins at the White House. But military leaders operate under a reality where no plan survives contact with the enemy. Weather changes, equipment fails, and detailed instructions become obsolete in minutes. To keep troops aligned in chaos, the Army uses a statement called Commander's Intent. It strips the plan down to a single objective that remains true even when the plan itself fails. This logic drives Southwest Airlines, a company that has remained profitable for over 30 years. Their strategy is anchored to a single intent: we are the low-fare airline. That phrase operates as a decision-making filter for every employee. If marketing suggests adding a chicken Caesar salad to a flight, the staff rejects the idea. The salad might be popular, but if it does not help them remain the unchallenged low-fare leader, it is a distraction. Simplicity is the ruthless prioritization of a core truth. To convey complex ideas quickly, we use schemas, the mental shortcuts people already have stored in memory. You can see how a schema accelerates understanding by looking at the pomelo fruit. You could list its 20 biological traits, or you could simply call it a supersized grapefruit. By referencing the grapefruit, you transfer a cluster of properties the audience already understands: the flavor, the shape, and the texture. You move data into their brain using a framework that is already there. Hollywood executives use these pitches to bet millions of dollars on abstract ideas. They did not describe Alien as a slow-burn thriller. They pitched it as Jaws on a spaceship. Effective communication maps a core message onto the blueprints already inside the audience's head. Once you have mapped an idea to a schema, you must break that schema to command attention. A commercial for a new minivan opens with a father driving his kids through a suburban neighborhood. A voiceover lists standard features: cup holders, cable channels, and a skyview roof. You have seen this commercial thousands of times. Then, a speeding car broadsides the minivan. Glass shatters. A violent collision instantly crushes the side door inward. The screen fades to black, with a message: "Didn't see that coming? No one ever does. Buckle up." This triggers a biological reaction called the surprise brow. When our mental guessing machine fails, our eyebrows rise and our bodies physically halt. We are forced to stop and update our understanding of reality. This surprise must lead to insight. Nordstrom tells stories of employees gift-wrapping items bought at Macy's. This breaks the standard schema of retail service to demonstrate exactly how far their commitment to the customer actually goes. Sticky ideas bypass the brain's prediction engine to demand attention. Screenwriter Nora Ephron encountered these principles on her first day of journalism class. Her teacher provided a set of facts. The principal of Beverly Hills High School, the faculty, and the governor of California were traveling to Sacramento next Thursday for a colloquium. The students did what most experts do. They crammed every detail into a single sentence, hoping to be accurate. The teacher reviewed the drafts and told the class they had missed the story. He told them, "The lead is, there will be no school next Thursday." This sentence isolates the students' highest priority, while upending their expectations of what news looks like. To make an idea unforgettable, you must strip it to its essence and break expectations. Do not bury the lead.